Y'all, I'm so excited because we have a world exclusive. This is the world's first RTR Mustang built for a customer, and today I'm going to show you all about it. What's up guys, Mitchell Watts with Town & Country TV, and in this video I'm going to give you an entire look through on this beautiful RTR Mustang, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about why I say this is the world's first. First thing you're going to notice is the RTR Mustang is known for a couple of things. In the very first one, it's completely missing. Take a look. The front end of this vehicle has been completely reworked to a degree. So you've got this beautiful lower chin splitter that really makes this thing look aggressive and low to the ground. That part I love. But as you've probably seen in some of our other videos, the RTR Mustang comes with a beautiful upgraded grille with LED light surround that actually allows air to flow through inside of that LED light. You'll notice this one does not have that on there. Well, why that is, I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit about it right now. This is serial badge number 2, which to my knowledge, this is the very first kit designed for a consumer. My understanding, and from what I've kind of heard, is serial number 1 was actually given away with a giveaway that AutoZone and RTR is doing. So this is the very first consumer RTR Mustang package. And what's so cool about this is that our friends over at RTR actually sent us this kit early to kind of do some design, some testing, some fitment with an actual production kit. And they said, hey, if you want, you can wait until the grill comes in and shows up, or we can go ahead and send it to you. I said, send it to me now. Send it to me now is what I told them, because I think it's so cool to give you guys a world's first exclusive on this RTR. So the grill is coming for this car, but it's going to be another 30 days or so, and I didn't want this video to wait. So we went ahead and had them ship everything to us early. Now, once again, if you do decide to buy this car, by the way, this one, shameless plug, this one is actually available at the time that I'm making this video, that we will promise you, you will get that upgraded grille and you will also get it installed at no extra cost to you. So let's get back to the content on what's going on with this Mustang. So the very first thing you're going to notice on the top part of the roof, and I love the color that we chose here, by the way, because the white on the black accents really showcases what RTR has done to this vehicle to make it so unique. So the very first thing you're going to notice are the much more aggressive heat extractors on the top of the hood. I love this look because from the factory, they look good, but they're not as aggressive as this is. And that's what this car is all about, is making it look aggressive, but without making it too gaudy. Right now, RTR basically sends the package to your local RTR dealer, which by the way, we are the exclusive dealer for Alabama and for Georgia. And basically what happens is we install the package for you. And that's kind of the way it works right now. Now, eventually it'll get to the point where RTR is sending them out from their shop to the individual dealers. But right now, TC Customs is the company that actually installed that this package on this vehicle. But I love the white with the black accents because look how much more aggressive it looks compared to if the vehicle was black and then the accents were black. It all kind of blends in together. But I love the way this thing looks. Now let's take a look at the stance of this RTR Mustang. That's really where the goods are. The first thing is you're going to notice these massive wheels and the tires. And the reason this whole stance looks a whole lot better than anything else on the market, especially like a Camaro. Speaking of, I think there's a Camaro in the background somewhere. I'm not quite not quite sure. Getting back to the topic at hand. So the reason that this stance looks so good is because they have their tactical suspension system with the RTR. What I love about this system is that it sits nice and low, but it does not screw around with your ride quality. It's still all there, and it can do a whole lot of handling. Now, if you're one of those crazy kind of people that does really hardcore track riding, you can also upgrade to a coilover setup as well. So you have your tactical or your tactical with the coilover setup. And there's probably a fancier name, I just don't know what it is, but it's nice that RTR gives you the option to go with either one of those. So the very first thing you're going to notice are these are 20-inch wheels. Now there's a couple of different wheel choices that you can choose from at the current time that I'm making this video, but you'll notice that the tires themselves are Nitto G2 tires, and you can either get them in a squared setup, meaning the front and the rear are going to be all the same size, or you can get them in a staggered setup, which is exactly what you've got here. The other reason the stance of this car looks so aggressive is not just because of the suspension. It's also an optical illusion. Let me tell you what I mean. You've got this front chin splitter we've already talked about. It looks nice and low, right? But what you also have is you've got these side skirts that make it look a lot more low as well. Between that and also the piece out back, all three of those work together to give the appearance of the car being a lot lower than it actually is. And especially when you've got these side graphics, you can tell that RTR's done a great job of kind of putting all of this together to make sure that you get better handling without sacrificing all the ride quality, and also making it look extremely aggressive without having to feel like you're riding around on bricks. I absolutely love this setup. Now I want to talk about the back end of this Mustang, because overall in all of the Mustangs, this is my favorite design element of this car, is going to be this hard slant in and slant out. What RTR's done is they've kind of played into that with an entire deck lid spoiler that really ties into that very well. So you'll notice how sharp and how angular it is. It ties into it perfectly. It's a duckbill type of a spoiler, and so it's a perfect blend between, you know, some people want the tall spoiler. That's not necessarily me. Some people want something completely smooth. That's not really me either. This is kind of that perfect mix between the two. And you've also got these graphics that run alongside the top of the quarter panels that tie into that duckbill spoiler almost perfectly. Now you also happen to have a rear lower valence as well. This is also going to be a lot more aggressive for the back end of the vehicle. My favorite modification on all of these RTRs is going to be the branding that you have back here. I think this ties in perfectly with the dealer stickers that we have on the rear bumper. I'm sorry, I had to bring that up. But the other thing is the RTR logo is just so clean. I mean, take a look at the key fob on this thing. It is absolutely gorgeous. This has got really high-end vibes to it, and it's simply just a replacement of the key backing. But man, it turned out so nice because it ties into the RTR on the vehicle as well as the RTR on the side. On the inside of the RTR Mustang, they really didn't have to do a whole lot because the Mustang is already a fantastic platform. If you've seen any video reviews of the new 2024 Mustang, you'll know that a lot of people that have had a chance to see these screens in person, they know that it looks really good. Look at that one giant piece of plastic that you have to peel off to see this curved screen right there. It looks fantastic. So there's not a whole lot to do to update there, but there is a couple of really cool things that RTR does to set this thing apart. And the first thing that they do is update the shifter itself. Now this Mustang happens to be an automatic, and you can get the RTR package in an automatic or a manual. It does not make a difference. You can go either direction, but there's an entirely different shifter assembly on the RTR. Take a look at this. To put it from park into drive, you push it down and then drop it in. That is so much cleaner than having to pull a trigger switch to move it forward or back. That is just, man, I love the feel of that shifter. Man, that is absolutely fantastic. It makes me feel like I'm driving a manual even though I'm driving an automatic. Now the other thing, and this is the reason this vehicle is a world debut, it's a world first, is because it is the world's first RTR for a consumer. Take a look at this right here, the RTR badge with 0002, because I've already mentioned to you that 0001 is the very first serial number, and that is what is going to end up on the AutoZone giveaway from what I've been told. And the cool thing is this being the very first one has also got Vaughn Gittin Jr.'s name etched into that badge. It does a really good job of tying everything in and tying everything into what RTR says that they're all about, is that they are available to all, but it's not for everyone. And I think they've hit that motto dead on the head. A couple of other things you might notice about the inside of this Mustang is that the leather seats in this vehicle are from the OEM factory. The cool part is that RTR is going to be offering leather seats in their vehicles at a later date and time. That time is not right now. I'm not quite sure when it's going to be available, but it doesn't really need it because the heated and cooled seats from the OEM factory feel very nice, very comfortable, and really the RTR upgrade is just going to be an appearance at that point. Now another thing that I want to point out to you is you'll notice there's a lack of a drift brake in this vehicle, and there's a very good reason for that. This vehicle is not equipped from the Ford factory with the GT Performance package. If you want the drift brake, that pull handle e-brake, that comes only with a GT Performance pack car. Doesn't really need it in this particular situation because you've got the RTR lowered suspension, the bigger, beefier tires, and a couple of other things. And so, yeah, if that's something that you want, you can build an RTR off of a GT Performance Pack car. This one doesn't happen to have it. Before we take a look at the engine, I want to show you this banner that you've got up here on the top. So this is the RTR banner that runs the entire length of the windshield. One thing that I do like about it is that it's high up enough you can't tell it's even there when you're driving the vehicle. The other cool thing you'll like about it is that it actually has a cutout for that camera located right there in the rear view mirror. And the reason that camera is there is for things like the pedestrian detection and the automatic emergency braking. And so it's nice that they've got that little cutout so you're not having to worry about hitting a pedestrian. Now let's take a look underneath the hood of this Mustang. You'll notice this is a 5.0 naturally aspirated, twin throttle bodies, twin intakes, and you're probably thinking, well, Mitchell, that looks very stock. Yes, it is, because, and the reason I'm even showing you this is to tell you that RTR does have upgraded packages that are coming. I know Ford Performance just released their FP800 package, which, by the way, we will be offering that if Ford Performance offers it. Obviously, we'll be offering it, but RTR will be offering superchargers as well directly through them. In addition to that, you can even get your entire package with the supercharger included in it, and I believe that's going to be the Spec 3. Now, there's also going to be a Spec 5 that is coming at a later date and time, and that Spec 5 is what you see here, plus the supercharger, plus a wide body kit. And so there's going to be quite a few different levels. You've got the Spec 2, Spec 3, and the Spec 5. Don't ask me why they skipped Spec 4. I don't know the answer to that question. But all in all, I think RTR has hit the nail on the head with this car, guys. Let me know down in the comments below what you think is your favorite part of this RTR Mustang. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget that we are giving away a Super Duty. And not just any Super Duty, we're giving away this massive Super Duty on 40-inch tires. The cool part is if you go to tccustoms.com right now, you're going to get 10 times entries. And if you use the link down below, we're going to give you buy one, get one in preparation for Black Friday. So make sure you check that out. Link is down below. Go ahead and get your entries in to win that vehicle today and get buy one, get one specifically for Black Friday, starting early with the link down below. Thank you so much for watching this video and have a great day.